All right, what is up guys? Welcome to the video. Today's video is going to be about motivation, kind of. It's gonna be a little bit of story time, but it's kind of based off of a conversation I had with a client of mine that I've been working with for about seven months now. It was a really interesting conversation to have with them and kind of reinforced a lot of beliefs that I already have in regards to health and fitness and nutrition and all this type of stuff that I talk about here on the channel. So like I said, today's video is gonna be a little bit of a story time and a little bit of a talk about motivation and your reasons for working out and all the rest of it. But before we dive into that, make sure to hit the video with a like, and if you're not already, go ahead and hit the sub button because we are so close to 200 subs. Hoping to get there by the end of the month. But with that out of the way, let's dive into the video. I'm sitting here with a cup of coffee because it is a little bit of a story time real quick, but the story will make sense in the context of the video if you make it to the end of the story. But the story that I'm gonna tell is about kind of my teenage years. To throw some bookend years on it, let's go 2008 to 2012. In that time period, I hadn't really cared much about many things in my life other than sports, my friends, video games, and just doing dumb shit with my friends. And that really changed on one night when a group of friends of mine decided to watch the movie Casino Royale. But all the great cinematography and the story and the action and all that aside, one thing really stuck out to me in that movie, and that was Daniel Craig in this navy blue polo. And I remember watching that and thinking, wow, that's so cool.
Wow.
And I had never really cared about clothes or anything like that in my life. Anything like that. Now, people who know me personally know that nowadays I am very into clothing and men's fashion. It's like one of the biggest hobbies and interests of mine that I've had for the last several years of my life. It all started from watching this movie and seeing that polo and me being like, yeah, that's a good look. Skip forward to the next day, and I remember just sitting there thinking, I want to be as cool as James Bond. I need to get a navy blue polo. And I distinctly remember saving my money, going to American Eagle and buying a navy blue polo. We had a little white eagle on it for a little dose of American Eagle nostalgia. And I remember getting home and I remember trying it on and looking in the mirror and thinking, shit, I don't look like James Bond. And it wasn't because, you know, he was 35 and I was 16. It was because he was in shape and I was chubby. Now, for a little bit of context right now, this is what I looked like when I was in high school. This and that were the same. And that was the very first time in my life standing there in my dark room in front of the mirror wearing this ill-fitting polo that I thought to myself, if I lost weight, I'd probably look better in this polo. Now, that's not what got me into becoming a coach and all the rest of it. That came much later on in my life, later on in college. But to that point in my life, I never saw any correlation of any kind between what I do with my body and the way I looked. And it was in that moment that I realized these two things are actually related to one another. And if I want to look like James Bond, I gotta change the way I look. And that led me to really caring about health and nutrition and working out for about 2 days. Because I was 16, I didn't really care that much. I was lazy, I was chubby, I was happy. I didn't really care. But that was the first real moment that planted the seed in my life of my love of clothing and fashion and all that stuff. And also the fact that, if I really want to care about clothing and fashion and these things I'm interested in now, I might have to change the way I look so that I like the way I look in the clothes that I buy. Now, why did I just tell you a story about chubby young Alex watching James Bond and deciding he likes clothes and all the rest of it? The reason behind that is I was talking to an online client of mine that I've been working with for a while. And the reason that this client applied for coaching with me was because he wanted to see his abs on vacation. Now, if you followed me for any period of time or consumed any of my content on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, you know that my big thing is finding sustainable, healthy habits and wanting to be healthier and stronger for all the right reasons. But my client, and myself included, if I'm being honest with myself, really only started to care about their health because of vanity. The reason he wanted to lose weight was to see his abs, to have visible abs to show off to girls on the beach. Now, is that the reason that I would project out into the world and the reason that I want people to get healthy and fit and care about their health and all the rest of it? Absolutely not. But that was the drive for about month 1. The abs came, the vacation came and went, and he kept going. You know why he kept going? Because in that pursuit of vanity, developed healthy, sustainable, actionable habits that completely transformed his life. And that's the main reason I'm making this video, because I think if we're all being honest with ourselves, a lot of our reasons for wanting to get healthier, for wanting to get stronger, and all the rest of it aren't necessarily built out of some righteous purpose for the pursuit of our own health, or being there for our children when we're older, or being able to chase your kids in the yard when you're older because you took care of your knees when you were younger. Usually it comes from the fact that you have an ex that pissed you off and now you want to look better than they do. And maybe that's not the most popular thing to say. I'm saying it here on this video and putting it out there because if that is your reason and you think, oh, I can't tell people that, or whatever it may be, that's okay. Because whatever the thin edge of the wedge is that cracks the door open to get you to leading a healthier, more enjoyable lifestyle, then so be it. If you buy a gym membership because your ex-boyfriend is out posting on his Instagram story all the time about him with other girls or something like that, and you get that gym membership because you're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna make him regret this, and then 3 months later your BMI is down 10 points, your blood levels are better, you can move better, you're stronger, you're healthier, oh, and you're also not thinking about your ex, well then who cares? We don't all need some super special purpose that fits into this nice, clean reason to get healthy that you can tell people about. For a lot of us, the reality situation is that we can be angry, we can be vain, we can be greedy, we can be all of these things that may drive us to create healthier habits. That's a great place to start from. And I really want to emphasize start, because if you're going into this purely based off of vanity and anger, that's not going to sustain you long term. But the habits that you create from that initial spark of vanity before vacation, or that spark of anger out of jealousy from an ex, if that gets your foot in the door and keeps that door open to a lifetime of healthy habits, then I say more power to you and go after it and get it. So you didn't need it from me, but here's your permission slip. For whatever your reason to get fit, to look better, to feel better, whatever it may be, it does not matter. Find the thin edge of the wedge, get into the door, create the habits that are sustainable and enjoyable long term. And if you don't know what those habits might be or what they look like, make sure to subscribe to this channel or check out old videos I've done, because I talk about that a lot on here. And with that, I'm going to leave the video here. Make sure to like the video if you haven't already. Sub, like I said at the top, this close to 200 subs. So I appreciate you guys, and I will catch you guys in the next one.